Hello, my Lorcana enthusiasts, and welcome to our Sapphire color discussion. We've looked at all of the colors from Amber, Amethyst, Emerald, and Ruby, so now it's time to look at Sapphire, with Steel being the final color we have to look at. So we're going to start off by looking at Anna. Whenever you have a hero character in play, she gets a +1 power, a really nice card to put into a hero-style tribal deck. Really, really cool card overall, especially when you combine it to the second Anna that you would have thought would have been a shift because of the first Anna. But anyways, this Anna, whenever this character quests, your other hero characters get a +1 lore. Now, of course, both this Anna is a hero, so what's really fun is that you can use this Anna to quest, get the 2, then give this Anna a power, then because this is a hero, then she goes up to basically 3 lore per turn. So a hero tribal deck is very, very strong here, just because of how powerful this card is. This card also kind of acts like Mulan from Chapter 1. That states, let me read her for you all. I have the Lorcana app on my phone pulled up before me. Let's see. I know she does kind of the similar thing. She does somewhat a similar Moana from Chapter 1, but Moana only restands princesses. Those princesses can't quest again. So what Mulan does from Chapter 1, during your turn, whenever this character bashes another character in a challenge, your other characters get +1. So you could do a Ruby Sapphire strategy with Mulan and her with a hero tribal in those 2 colors. That way Mulan knocks something out in battle. Then you're giving a +1 to everything. Then she quests for on that 3 thanks to Mulan. And then she will quest for her 3. Then she buffs all your heroes by 1. So if your heroes are already 1, they're at 2 thanks to Mulan. And then they will be at 3 thanks to her. And then they'll be questing for 3. And then if you have the other Anna, you're questing for 4 at that point. So really cool hero tribal strategy deck there. Then we have a new Ariel. She's got Ward and the girl who has everything. While you have more items in play than your opponent, she gets a +2 her lore. So she's at 5. So she's really good if you wanted to continue to play like Ariel OTK. I think she's almost now mandatory in Ariel OTK. I still think Ariel OTK could probably play with the Ruby stuff. But honestly, with Ariel OTK, being able to play so many items, because that's what you want to do, since the Ariel from Chapter 1 needs to be playing an item to withstand her so she can quest, you will have a whole bunch of items, more items than your opponent, so you will be able to achieve this 5 lore, and then you can use her to basically just win the game on a crackback turn, which is pretty nice. And because a lot of decks don't play a lot of items, maybe they may play 4 to 8 items per deck, you're going to have a chance that they may only have like a single item out. Like in Ariel OTK, you may have 3 items out. And again, Sapphire being able to ramp up, even seeing this in your hand with like Fishbone Quill is not horrible, because then Fishbone Quill can just send it to your Inkwell. So I really do like it. We got Aurora here. So Aurora, she's a shift 2 over any character named Aurora. She naturally has, opponents can't choose your items for abilities or effects. So basically she gives ward to all your items, which I think is really cool. Again, another way to like give another card for like Ariel OTK or any deck that really wants to protect its items. And then she can tap an item, look at the top card of your deck, put it either on the top or bottom of your deck. So a very neat way to scry your deck by tapping items that naturally don't have reason to tap, or maybe there's nothing they can do with them, like tapping down a Popsicle. That does nothing unless you're going to burn it to heal something. Typically, you're not going to burn your Popsicles until Flavershim's on the board and you quest with Flavershim, or Flavershim comes down and pop the Popsicle. So she can come down. She can protect all your items from your opponents, removing them effects and stuff like that. Much like her Chapter 1 variant gives ward to everything on the board. And then, yeah, then you can just tap like a Popsicle, look at the top card of your deck, and see whether you want to put it in the top or bottom. So very nice overall. We got another Aurora. This one's just got ward. Sapphire's just very good at giving us warded characters with ward. We got Dang Hu. Your other villain characters gain support. I like that as well. Seeing that we're getting here, we're having some hero tribal support, some villain tribal support. I I'm still hesitant on what the best colors for villains are. Personally, if you're going to play the villains, you're going to play the amber color because you definitely want to be playing the Hades from Amber because of the fact that that Hades gets a +1 lore for every villain out on the board. So I don't know. It's nice to see we have some more villains and we're kind of seeing more tribal strategies evolving here and all of that. So yeah, not bad. Fei Li, Mulan's mom, just the vanilla. We got Flounder. He's got supporter. Again, Sapphire's is very strong at doing supporter. If you have another allied character named Ariel in play, you may pay 1 less to play his character. So he comes out for 2 cost on 2/2 with 2 lore. I do like that. Even if you don't have the Ariel character out, he is a 3/2/2 on 2, so still a really nice body just there. He is situational, get this off, and really the Ariels we have are okay, I guess. And if you're playing Ariel OTK, I guess he's not that bad to bring on like Ariel OTK because at least you have the ability to push that lore speed up a little fast for the OTK to go off. Well, we got just a generic Hades here, 4/3/6. I do like this Hades being a nice beat stick for Sapphire. Hans is here when you play his character. If you have a princess or queen character in play, gain 1 lore. I really like that as well. Mainly to put him in a princess style deck just so you can gain that lore on play. This is a good way to just close out games with you're playing like a princess or queen strategy tribal style deck because you just play him, gain a lore. Simple as that. And we got Iduna. Iduna. I guess must be from, I think this is from the second Frozen movie. Never watched that one. When this character is banished, you may put this character equal face down in Zord. Let me guess, sir, but does she canonically die in the movie? Because that feels like how it canonically always is. If the character is dead in the movie or dies in the movie, they canonically somehow for Sapphire always get put in the inkwell. That's now 3 characters we got that will canonically put themselves into the inkwell after they die. Hilarious. But, alright, yeah, that's fun. Another John Silver here. Again, even though we have such a high cost for a John Silver at 8/8, which I really do like because this is a really nice here for his 8/8, and it is 3 lore. I do really enjoy it, but again, Sapphire being a ramp strategy, it's not too hard for us to ramp up into this here. So even though it's pretty high costed, it's not bad. Well, nonetheless, it's a good card either way. Good vanilla. Anyways, you could just Olaf, just discard an item card. You can shift over any named character with Olaf. Whenever he quests, each of your other characters gets power equal to this character's power for the turn. He's basically got he's basically a supporter. Whenever he quests each of your other characters, so he's supporter for everybody on the board. Where support is really only targeting one character, he's supporter for everybody. So it's pretty nice. A supporter for everybody isn't half bad. Then we got just a generic Olaf here with supporter. It's been a long time since we've seen a Pascal, but anyways, we got Pascal. When you play this character, look top 3 card of your deck, put them back in any order. Again, just a nice way to scry. Blue is, I think blue for magic is also a scry color where you kind of look at the top card of your deck and kind of figure out what you want to do with it. It looks like Lorcana is kind of following down that same line where blue being ramp, green is ramp for magic, blue is a scrying color and the anti like negate everything color, but it looks like Sapphire for Lorcana is going to be the ramp color and the scry color. So not bad. I mean, it is really nice to be able to look at top cards of deck. This is also another card you can play with Bruno from the Amethyst from this set that you can tap himself to call the top card of your deck. If you call it correctly, add to your hand and gain 3 lore. So or gain 3 lore. I don't remember if you can add your hand, but either way, you gain 3 lore if you call it right. So just another card you can play in that strategy so that you can constantly just do it. Plus, not mentioning Amethyst has plenty of other scrying ways as well. We got Prince Philip. He's got supporter. Whenever one of your characters is chosen for support, they gain resist 1. Really nice there, because Sapphire just has so many good supporters in its color. Being able to get that resist 1 is also pretty nice, especially if you combine that with like Cogsworth, who already gives everything on the board except himself resist, which is pretty nice as well. Another Rapunzel. I think this is the first No, we have Rapunzel's outside of Sapphire. While you have a character named Pascal and play this character gains ward. So, in essence, if you played the Amethyst, funny enough, you could play the Amethyst Pascal because the Amethyst Pascal will give himself evasive. And then you can give her ward, which is not bad because you get 3/5, quest for 3 on a 5 body. And the Pascal that wants to have another body on the board is a 1 cost from Amethyst. You could also play this Pascal, but either way, both are pretty good. This is really good no matter what. I think I would want to play the Amethyst Pascal with her just because then the Amethyst Pascal can act as an evasive guy. And then I can also give her ward, which overall isn't bad. Now, mind you, that ward doesn't mean she's protected, so you would want to probably put in Cogsworth to give resists so that you can constantly make sure your opponent can't just knock her out because she is questing for 3 a turn. Scuttle. Whenever you play this character, look at top 4 cards of your deck. You reveal an item card, put in your hand, put the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. Another good card for Aerial OTK. Again, Aerial OTK needs to see those items because it needs to play them out so that it can constantly restand the aerials. So just another way to kind of look at items, which is very, very good. We got a vanilla Sisu at 6/6, 6/2. Not bad. The Queen has arrived before us. We look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal an item card added to your hand and if that item card is 3 cards less, you may play it for free. Instead, it enters play. Put the rest of the bottom of the deck engaged. Let me just read that. I believe it's coming in untapped. Look at the top. So you tap her. So you need to tap her. Look at the top. So she's not on play effect. She's actually going to be on tap. So you play her, then you have to tap her. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may build an item card and put it into your hand. If it's a 3 cost or less, you may play it for free instead, and it enters the play exhausted. So basically, she cheeses out items by tapping herself. If it's a 3 cost or less item, you can play it, but it comes in exhausted, so you can't use that turn. At least it's a little better than the aspect that it came in unexhausted. If it was a broken item, immediately start using it, but still. Another really good card for Aerial OTK, another really good card to spam out items, maybe even spamming out, because they should be able to be played. So if you play like Popsicle here and play Popsicle, you still get that draw off the Popsicle. If you play in items that activate on when they're played and not items that need to be tapped immediately, it's still very nice to have them activating. So nonetheless, not mention you get that completely for free. So I mean, that just gives like another way for Flaversham to be triggered. For instance, if you tap her, play a Popsicle, and then Flaversham, Popsicle draw, then Flaversham pop the Popsicle that's exerted, and then you just draw 2 cards. Not bad overall. I like it. I like it. Just another card overall, just for like Aerial OTK. Aerial OTK kind of got some good cards out of this set. The Transformed Chef. When you play this character, remove 2 damage from chosen character. Just a damage reducer. Really good if you're going to play like in with the Rapunzel from Chapter 2, Rise of the Floodborn, where she would draw a card if damage was removed. So just another way to kind of remove damage and mitigate that damage. Triton, the King of the Seas, has appeared. He's a shift 6 character. You would have thought he would at least have 1 more lore for nearly being a 9-costed character. Heck, John Silver is 8 and he's only at 3. Can't we get Triton to go up 1 more? I get he shift cost for 6, but still, that's a high shift cost. Opposing characters get -1 for each location you have in play. Actually, not bad. We did see some colors, the characters in Ruby that just nukify the board, like Sisu, that just nukify the board if you're for each character that has 2 power or less. So combining this maybe with in that strategy is not too bad. Personally, I think both strategies aren't bad. I think Amber just has a higher thing because Kita can knock the entirety of the board. Now, again, if you have a lot of locations out, again, your opponent can knock out locations. But still, if you have a lot of locations out, he can give a nice debuff around. And not much this is a constant debuff. So it's not like Kita that does it once and it's until the end of a turn and then it's all back to normal. No, he is a constant debuff. So you can constantly just spam out locations. Your opponent loses, say, 3 power, and a lot of characters are sitting at like 3 power until you get to maybe your 6 upper cost characters. So honestly, he's not bad at that. That gives you longer time because then they won't be able to remove your locations. So actually, I'm thinking about it. He's actually really good of a card. Really good of a card. And again, even if we don't have a Triton we can put over him, we can basically just spam him out because, again, we're in Sapphire color, we have ramp. Triton, this one I like too. You can just banish an item and gain 3 lore. Again, just another way, just another really good card to like put in area OTK or put in really any strategy where you just need to have items and you just need to banish them away and you just need that small amount of lore left. Well, people are going to hate the fact that, yeah, you should probably deal with it when it comes down the board, but if you can't, no way to deal with it, and I just need like 2 to 3, 1 through 3 lore. I just bash an item, gain 3 lore. And again, it doesn't matter what the item is. Heck, like a Fishbone Quill, I could trigger Fishbone Quill, use it, and then just banish it to get the 3 lore there. So I like that. That's a pretty nice Triton. We got another Triton. It's the young prince. We got the older princes here. And then we got the young Triton before he apparently had Ariel. During your turn, this character gains evasive, just a really good effect. Again, evasive is that unique keyword that I think really has a lot of playability in the future and is a very annoying keyword for a lot of decks to deal with because of the fact that not a lot of deck strategies have a way to deal with evasive characters, and evasive characters are showing that they have a good chunk ability to have lore just tied to them, like 2 to 3 lore for a lot of good evasive characters. So again, evasive, I think, is a very good rogue strategy that can take a lot of games under people without them realizing it. So being able to have characters that can give themselves evasive on your turn so you can challenge and remove those characters that are evasive on your opponent's board is pretty nice. And then whenever one of your locations is banished, you may put that card into your inkwell face down. That's really nice. Again, just because locations kind of, once they kind of die, they're kind of done, and there's nothing, I don't think really have any way to resurrect them out of our drop. So honestly, seeing that he can put it into our inkwell for free is not half bad either. That's just free ink for the use of a location that basically rots in our banish zone. I'll take it. I will take it. And then we got a 1/2/2 𝐑𝐄𝐋𝐀𝐓𝐄𝐃. I like this. Just another 1 drop that's good because it's a 2/2, meaning that it can take out a lot of things on its crackback turn. So, overall, not bad. So anyways, it's time to get into the items, songs, actions, and our locations. Dig a little deeper, sing together. This is, of course, Mama Ode's song. Again, I do like this sing together stuff. I think there could be a lot to do with this sing together. That's really cool. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck, put 2 in your hand, put the rest in your bottom of your deck in any order. I like that. It's a really good, just look at the top 7, grab the 2 things you need, and put it away for a lot of deck strategies that are utilizing this Sapphire color. That's a great way to find the pieces you're missing and finish the game. So, I like it. Dig a little deeper, folks. We got Glenn. I don't believe that. Yes, it is. It's a Glenn. You can choose banish chosen item. Its player gains 2 lore. So in essence, yes, it sucks to do it on your opponent, but if your opponent has an annoying item, and you need to get rid of it, yes, it does give them 2 lore, but it is a nice way just to get rid of an item altogether. So, yeah, but I mean, honestly, it's also good for us. We could just literally put it into area OTK. Again, if we're just missing that little push of lore, we can just banish our own items and gain the lore, which is still very nice. Sell them all they seem. Wow, we got I think we got like 3 different songs in here. 2 that you can sing on normal characters and 1 sing together. Sell them all they seem. I think this is the first Sleeping Beauty song. I don't think we have any other Sleeping Beauty. I can't even remember if the Sleeping Beauty movie even has that many songs in it. It really wasn't like a musical. It was more just story. Like, even I think like Snow White didn't even have that many songs. Chosen character gets -3 power for the turn. It's neat. I think honestly, Amber just has the way more cards that can neg power. Treasures Untold, we can sing this on a character 6. Return 2 item cards from your discard in your hand. Again, very, very nice. Again, you can even sing it off of this arrow here. You can sing it with the arrow from Amber. You can sing with any of your 6 cost characters. I mean, it's just overall, it's really just nice. So ways to get Popsicle back in your hand if you need it. Ways to get Fishbone Quill back to your hand if you need it. So honestly, just a good way to cycle back items. And like I said, Sapphire has some very, very strong items. The draw engine that Sapphire has from set 2 into the Inkland, the Floodborn is still just very, very strong. Popsicle with Laversham is still a very strong combo. And then we have Field of Ice. Whenever you play a character, they gain resist 1. Not bad. Oh, it's not bad, but they only get it for the turn. But still, it's good to just be there to be able to give that resist 1 to a lot of your stuff. Overall, isn't that bad. And then we have the Great Stone Dragon. This card enters play exerted. I think this is the first item we've seen enter play exerted, but when you read it, it's secondary effect you only line. Put a character card from your discard to Inkwell face down and exerted. Welcome to Sapphire's newest way to quickly ramp by using the discard pile. Oh, I swear to you, I believe Sapphire 100% is going to be the color that is going to allow you to play characters out of your Inkwell. It's going to be the color that's going to do it. Overall, just a very strong ramp card. Basically, it's Fishbone Quill, by the way. Fishbone Quill's the same cost as this, where Fishbone Quill puts a card from our hand into our Inkwell. This can now just put everything exerted. So we have like actions and songs and things we can't really do with anymore. Well, off to the Inkwell they go. Oh, all of you into the Inkwell, just a new way to ramp. So I get why this item has to come in exerted, because honestly, if it didn't come in exerted, not only do you have Fishbone Quill that does this, now you have this dragon that can do it. And again, with so few colors really having a way to remove items, whether it be an action or a character, either way, it's just very nice. Sapphire is just going to have such good ramp potential always. Now, how good that ramp potential is, it's always going to kind of matter on the meta and what color is merged in with Sapphire. Honestly, I would like to see some more stronger ramp cards, and I'd honestly like it if Sapphire could get some cards that could play stuff out of your Inkwell, because then ramping using the Floodborn, the character that, if you played Floodborn characters from Chapter 2 right here, Miss Judson, whenever you play a Floodborn character, put the top card of your deck in your Inkwell face down exerted. I really do think there is a lot of things you can do with the Inkwell in Sapphire, and I just hope Ravensburger does something with it. I feel like with the amount of ramp this deck has, the amount of ability to put stuff in the top of your deck into your Inkwell, why aren't we getting that ability to do stuff with it? Anyways, we got Ice Block. Tap 1, chosen character gets -1 to turn. Again, just another really good card to kind of play with Sisu. For our 2 locations, we got Ariel's Grotto. While you have 3 or more items in play, this location gets +2 lore for the turn. Hey, it's Ariel OTK, folks. This set gave you so many cards to play Ariel OTK, so apparently they want you to play Ariel OTK. Again, Sapphire just has so many really good items. I mean, heck, even 2 of this, Ice Block, Field of Ice, even playing like Fishbone Quill and Great Stone Dragon, maybe putting down a couple of Popsicles. This will always be like almost live. Heck, on your turn 3, you can go like, you can have out a Popsicle, turn 2, play this, turn 3, play Fishbone Quill or Great Stone Statue. Next turn, start getting that 2 lore. Yeah, it's really nice. And then finally, we have the Winter Camp. I have no idea what movie this is from. I do like the Sapphire symbol there. Whenever a character quests while here, remove up to 2 damage from them. Okay, very nice. Again, just another card to kind of play in the Amber strategy with the Rapunzel that draws you card if you remove damage. If they are a hero character, move up to 4 damage instead. So again, a really good card to play in Hero Tribal. So overall, I don't think we got as much ramp as we did in other colors, other times for Sapphire. This Sapphire felt more like buffing out Ariel OTK, giving you some more stuff to play around with, like Ariel OTK, I think where I said that. It buffs out like a hero tribal strategy, and it gives you kind of a bunch of stuff to kind of play with Ariel OTK, and it shows a little bit more of this power behind like Sisu ramp. Honestly, while it didn't give us a lot of ramp, it gave us some really, really good cards. Abilities to more or less just gain a bunch of lore if we banish our items. a way to cycle our items, another way to ramp in the form of the statue, gave us a couple of really good locations. We got ways to search the entirety of our deck. I mean, it gave us more scrying abilities. So honestly, while this Sapphire wasn't more or less about ramp, it was really about items. That's what this color felt like, more like it was about area OTK slash like item OTK, where you just spam on items and you basically get effects from it, and more or less being able to be more scry color than more or less a ramp color. But nonetheless, they are all very, very good and very, very good right now. Now, of course, and when the 5th set moves on, how good these cards will matter on what we get out of the 5th set. But I want to know down in the comments all your thoughts on Sapphire. What strategies have you come up with? Have you tried the Sisu ramp strategy? Have you tried out area OTK with the new stuff? What do you think about Hero Tribal? What do you think about all the cards in Sapphire? And once more, what do you think about the ability of Sapphire playing characters out of their Inkwell? Do you think we're going to get that ability here in the future? How many sets do you think it is before we get that? Let me know all that down in the comments. And while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you can notify my videos go live for you. I will see you here next time on Mama Dragons TCG.